switching topics. The main reason why Mr. Khan is on here is because I want to learn about investments and return on investments. And I spoke to Mufti Faraz, right? So I had a lengthy conversation with Mufti Faraz. I said, Mufti Saab, I said, I know nothing about investments. I said, I know about zakah a little bit. I said, but I know nothing about investments. And I'm looking at, you know, what people normally invest in, and they're trying to secure their futures and all of this stuff. And the Asian answer is always property, brother. Just invest in property and put it on rental, or the new one, make it into a HMO and pull lots of homeless people in there, and then cream the extra support cost. One or the other. And like I was like,
don't provide the support either.
Yeah, don't provide the support. I was like, that's a bit expensive for me. I was like, what are the other options? And then a couple of my younger cousins were like, yeah, we trade in Bitcoin, and a couple of others were like, yeah, we buy and sell shares. Like they talk about Tesla like they own Tesla. So I was just like, I don't actually know much about it, and I don't know what is permissible and what isn't permissible. And I'm guessing, Ibrahim, that you get this question a lot of the time.
Yeah, we do. So
where do you begin with something like this?
So I think the kind of, so we do these like 10-minute drop-in sessions every Friday, because we found that people they like reading the articles, but they sometimes just need to speak to someone. So we essentially just started this community service where we say, look, I'm just going to dedicate 2 hours to speak to people, and in 10 minutes, ask me whatever you want. So I've got used to doing like 10-minute sessions of where I do a whistle-stop tour through someone's finances, and at the end of it, they kind of know what they're doing. So I think the kind of first question to ask is, why are you investing? Like, what's the point of it? I don't actually. I mean, there's a few personal questions that are quite important. I guess we can use like an abstract person in terms of like how much they're looking to invest, how much they're saving in terms of every year, and are they on the housing ladder? So kind of let's assume this person is he isn't on the housing ladder. So if he's not on the housing ladder, I would say that the first thing that they should try and do is get on the housing ladder, get a deposit together for an Islamic mortgage or to buy in cash, and get themselves out of the rental cycle. Because we've got a calculator on our website called the Should I Buy or Should I Rent calculator, and the finding for 90% of people is that you should be buying rather than renting, because obviously rent, you lose that money forever. At least with the mortgage, you're buying, you manage to keep that money in some way, shape or form. And for people, particularly in London, this adds up to hundreds of thousands of pounds over the course of 20, 30 years. So it's pretty well worth it. So the first thing I say is get out of debt if you're in debt, but then secondly, look to get onto the housing ladder. And then once you're off the housing ladder, then it's a case of, okay, look, now I'm ready to kind of think about investing. And then it's all about your objectives and your timelines. So if you're investing over a very specific short timeline, like, I need to pay for my kid's university degree in 2 years' time. Now that means that you cannot invest in something that is illiquid and is a 5-year timeline, for example. It just doesn't work. So the objectives you have are actually quite important. So tell me